Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. Welcome back to the range. I'm down here today kind of doing some follow-up work from last week's video with the Smith & Wesson 627 VCOMP. Last week I was down here testing some factory loads and some of my hand loads, and I had intended to go out to 50 yards, but I never did make it past 25 yards. The factory ammo, which was just some training ammo, the Norma 158 grain full metal jacket, wasn't performing the way I thought it would, so I ended up switching over to my hand loads, and we got some really good groups at 25 yards. I'll post that video in the description of this one if you missed that one. But I never did make it out to 50 yards that day because my camera batteries were getting low. I was running out of daylight. Just wasn't in the cards for me that day. So that's what I've been down here doing today, is shooting this revolver at 50 yards from the bench. Gotten some very good groups with it, or at least for my shooting and from what I've seen with handguns, hitting around that 2-inch mark, 5 shots at 50 yards. I'm happy with that, very impressed with it. But I've also shot a few pretty ugly groups too, 3.5, 4-inch groups. That's just the way it goes when you're shooting. But I've shot about 8 groups, 8 5-shot groups today while I've been down here. But I've finally decided to go ahead and try to get one on video. So now it's time to turn the camera on. Of course, if it didn't happen on camera, it didn't happen, right? So want to try to get a good one on camera here. Like I said, I'm probably averaging 2.5 inches with this revolver with 5 shots at 50 yards. Maybe a little more than that, maybe 2 3/4 inches. I don't know, but want to get one on camera for you guys since I didn't get it in that last video. So I've got a fresh target set up at 50 yards. Let's move over to the bench and poke 5 holes in it. The ammo I'm using today is my hand loads, 158 grain jacketed hollow points. They're Hornady XTP bullets. I'm not going to get into the load recipe. I don't want to get myself in trouble here on YouTube, but that's what they look like. 50 yards, 5 shots. You guys hear that steel ringing? That's a steel target about 10 yards behind that cardboard target. Last one. Now, I honestly can't see a thing, so I have no idea what I've done here till we walk down and take a look. That doesn't look bad. Had a real good group going here. I don't know which shot that was, but Man, these all fell real close to one another. Got a tape measure in my pocket. That's about 1.5 inches. Man, if it hadn't been for that one that I threw there, you're talking about a 3/4 inch group at 50 yards. That would have been incredible. But anytime you've got a handgun shooting in 2 inches at 50 yards, you've got a pretty good load and a pretty good handgun going on. That I'm very happy with that. It always makes you mad to have one outlier like that, though. But that's the way it works. The steel you guys heard ringing was back there at 60 yards. This is at 50. All right, so very happy with that group. Full disclosure, not all of my groups look like that today. I'm going to turn this filter down a little bit. Whoop, wrong way. There we go. Not all my groups look like that today. Probably averaging 2.5 inches or so on my groups. Just happened to get a good one on camera. Glad it worked out that way, though. It shows that the gun is capable of doing it. It's just me. I can't. This red dot, I love this dot, don't get me wrong. But my one criticism is the brightness levels are too far apart. So I've got it on a level that's just overly bright on this target. It makes it hard for me to see and focus on that X because it blots it plumb out. But the next power level down, I can't see the dot at all on the target. So it's that's just my one gripe about this red dot. I do like it. I'm gonna leave it on there, but I wish it had some more power levels or a true variable power dot in there. It's a 2 MOA dot, so it covers about 1 inch of that target at 50 yards, by the way. But again, I'm happy with the shooting I've done today. I've shot probably 45 rounds or so down here today, just messing around. And also my zero changed. Last week's video, I was zeroed at about 25 yards. That was about 2.5 inches low at 50 yards. So as you've seen when I shot, I'm about 1 inch high now. So that's because I made an adjustment earlier before I turned the cameras on. But that's about all I got. I do want to thank you guys for hanging out with me down here at the range. I really appreciate it. I enjoy reading the comments. I got a big kick out of some of the comments. Try to answer as many as I can. Sometimes I can't. You know, I work full time. It's just I'm not whining about it. It's a great problem to have. At least I get to go through and read them all. So appreciate all you guys. Thank all you guys over on Patreon. Remember, anytime somebody asks you to give up a little bit of your freedom for the greater good, freedom is the greater good.